men on the opposite side of the table. Now, you see, Gibbet Fen is a remote spot, close to the sea bank and the marsh. It's not the place to go on a moonless night, I promise you. Even so, some people venture up there, and some have been unlucky enough to come across the Barghest, the black dog. Not that many live to tell the tale, because they say that if you look into its blazing eyes... They were right. He did spin a good yarn. The tale of the Gibbet Fen black dog had never sounded so exciting. Some of it was folklore, some he'd heard from his grandmother, and some was pure invention. The listeners were enthralled. Jim looked over the top of his glass at the eager faces, and for once in his life, he felt good. It was going to be a great weekend. Starting tomorrow, 3 days of drinking and being someone. He sat back, story over, feeling pleasantly fuzzy. Sheila was right. He'd had enough, or maybe a tad too much. He stood up a little unsteadily. "Good night, friends. Good night, Sheila. See you tomorrow." "Silly sod. You take care walking home in that state," replied Sheila. "Keep to the pavements, and no wandering in the road, you hear me?" "I'm fine," he slurred. "Perfectly fine." Outside, the cold October air made him catch his breath, as if he'd jumped into the North Sea. His head spun, and he had to put his hand on the pub wall to steady himself. This was unusual. He drank regularly, and was no lightweight. Even the few extra pints shouldn't have affected him like this. Jim began the walk home. The road seemed different somehow, unfamiliar, and even landmarks he knew well seemed foreign. After about 5 minutes he stopped. He no longer knew where he was. Where was his house? Which way should he go? "Blimey, Jim, you've had a skinful, haven't you, mate? Here, take my arm. I'm going down your way," a man said to him. Jim muttered a few words of thanks that didn't seem to come out straight. "Good evening down the Hanged Man, was it?" The man laughed. "You better pace yourself, mate, or you'll never make it through the festival." Jim leaned heavily on this stranger. The guy clearly knew him well, but Jim had no idea who he was. They stopped outside a small terraced house in a narrow lane at the back of the football stadium. Did he live here? He supposed that he must, because the man had propped him up against a gatepost and was going through his pockets looking for a key. Then he was opening the door, but Jim was struggling to keep him in focus. His vision was blurry, and darkness threatened to encroach. "I hate to leave you like this, but my barb'll kill me if I'm late home again. Will you be all right, Jim?" He tried to smile and said he would be fine. He just needed to lie down. His good Samaritan propelled him into the lounge and sat him on the sofa. "Get some sleep, and I'll see you over the weekend." Then he was alone, in a room that was spinning faster and faster. With a groan, Jim sank down, closed his eyes, and passed out. Although it was many years since his days as a special operative soldier, Joseph Easter was still a light sleeper. At around 4 in the morning, he woke to hear someone softly sobbing. "Nikki?" he asked. Nikki Galena turned her face to his. "It would have been Hannah's 22nd birthday today." "Oh, my darling, I'm so sorry." There was nothing he could do but hold her tightly. Nikki's only child had died tragically as a teenager, and she always carried the heartbreak with her. After a while, the sobs subsided, and she began to talk about the early years with Hannah, the good times, the little funny details of her childhood. Joseph let her talk, for he could only guess at the torment Nikki went through at times like this, when there was nothing to distract from thoughts of Hannah. Tamsin, his own daughter, was now married to Sergeant Niall Farrow, one of their uniformed officers, and was as happy